Hey, Joe Mastriano, CPA, and in this particular video, I want to warn you to hire judgment and experience for your tax and accounting matters and quit trying to save a few $100s here and there. Now, with the sophistication of software programs, anybody can do their own personal tax return. If you're hiring some national tax company or some tax factory company that just cranks those returns out, a good sign if you're sitting there while they're doing it, that then you're going to pay a few $100s for about 20 minutes worth of work. And later on, when you come to me when you're audited, you're going to say, "Oh, I didn't know I should ask those questions." For example, in mileage, a lot of preparers that are not very experienced just put the mileage method down. It's too complicated for them to put all the detail of your trucks and vehicles on the returns and understand the rules for taking those deductions. In fact, I have a checklist where uh, you can figure out how to maximize your first year depreciation, your Section 179 expense, and then depreciation. But this is beyond most of those people who just run these tax factories and get people in trouble. So, if you want to use one of those companies because you say, "Oh, a CPA firm and a law firm, they're too expensive. They're going to charge me $600, and this other company is going to charge me $300 or $400." Well, do the return yourself because you're going to have a much better chance of not being audited and a much better understanding of what to do if you are audited. In fact, come to me, put the numbers on. I have clients that they get a free copy of Tax Act or TurboTax. They put the numbers in themselves and they come to me and I help them straighten it out. There's rules about signing the return and not signing the return. Circular 230 lays them out. For example, if I discuss significant numbers on that return with you, then I must sign that return as a paid preparer. But I can educate you and point you in the right direction and say, "Hey, check this number, read this, check this, read this." In which case, I'm not discussing those numbers and I'm not telling you what to put down. I'm just educating you on how to read up on the rules so you can educate yourself and you can make these decisions. And it won't cost you any more than these non professionals are charging you, and you're doing some of the work yourself. But come on, it's your return. You sign these returns under penalties of perjury. And I just got back from Dallas on a case where I spent 3 days up there. They were going to use me as a witness, trying to put this taxpayer in jail for ignoring the penalties of perjury and what they consider tax fraud. And you might think, "Oh, they must be the biggest crooks in the world." No, it's not up to you to decide, it's up to them to decide. So you've got to be a fool to blindly trust someone and send in a return without understanding what's on the return. You see, there's no benefits. The IRS doesn't look at a return and say, "Oh, well, this guy went to a CPA firm, or this guy went to a law firm, or this guy went to some national tax firm, so it must be correct." You get no benefits from the IRS when they're selecting a return for audit. There's no benefits based on who prepared the return. There are considerations. There's the um, list of, they code different amounts, discriminant income function. They look, and that's an old one, but now with AI, there's all kinds of tests. And people that throw estimates on there and don't understand the IRS tests are going to cause an audit. I have a 4-part checklist that to this day, not one person I know when we followed it was ever audited. Can't predict the future, but that's what happened in the past. So please, please hire judgment and experience. Don't treat your tax return as if you're having your brakes fixed by the car repair shop down the street. As always, please share my videos. There are people who need this help, even if you don't think that you do. Thank you.